Heyo and welcome to another episode of Build and Battle Season 2, our Manor Lords Let's Play, where we will build a beautiful medieval city while battling off bandits, brigands, and no-good doers. In the last episode, we fought off our first raider attack and attempted to tackle starvation, and the moment of truth is now here. Did we set ourselves up last episode to survive our fourth winter, or will our settlement succumb to starvation? So let's jump right on in and see how we did. Alright, so the little worker bees are finishing the last of the harvest, so let's cross our fingers and see if we end up surviving the winter. It's gonna be a bit of a sticky winter because now they need to actually take all this wheat that we've accumulated and they need to produce into flour and bread. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to get it up and running for this winter, or at the very least produce enough bread fast enough to keep the settlers happy enough through the winter and fed enough, because we have literally no food. So let's kind of time lapse this out and cross our fingers and see how we do. Alright, it is now March. We survived. We had a lot of death from starvation. Like, there are 17 families hungry right now, if I'm reading that right. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Either way, the bread barely lasted through the winter. We're still processing the grain into flour, so hopefully that means we'll have a surplus for next year. But we did make it through the winter, and I'm very happy about that. All right, so I think to solidify a surplus of food, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to add 2 more fields. That way we can get a complete crop rotation in place in which 2 fields cultivate flax, 2 fields cultivate wheat, 2 fields cultivate barley, and then we can have 2 fields that can fallow. We still will probably want some more burgage plots with some large garden beds, because we are looking to continue to grow the population so that our army, you know, can fend off the Baron and probably eventually attack the Baron. But I think starting with 2 more fields won't be a bad idea here. So let's just come on in. Let's come to our farming and field. And I think I'm just going to kind of put it right in here. Awesome. All right, and then let's get that crop rotation in place. So let's take a look at everything. These 2 are fallow for the first year. So I'd want year 2 to be wheat and wheat, and then year 3 to be barley and barley. And then these 2 will get paired up because they're both on wheat right now. So next year we'll have barley, and then flax. I think I messed this one up on accident. Ah! I don't know why it's so hard for me with the crop rotation mechanic. My brain just does not like. All right, and then this is fallow this year, and then wheat, barley. Okay, these two are going to be uneven for the first round. But this should hopefully get us set up for a good crop rotation. All right, so while these probably won't be ready in time, I also want to take an opportunity to add some additional burgages down here with these fields. So where I think I'm gonna start queuing up some builds is probably expanding these first. And then I think I'm gonna add a couple more down here also. We don't have the workforce for the construction yet, but I'm hoping in the next month or two, the approval rating will go up high enough that we are good. I'm hoping the hunger falls off now that we actually have some berries coming in and some bread. So anyway, let's come in and let's get a couple more burgage plots in here. And these ones I think are probably okay to just wrap right up here. Awesome. So these will upgrade to have 2 families. This one will be able to get upgraded to 2 families, and we should have some pretty good garden plots here. Really interested to see how this one actually ends up looking. All right, and then let's also come into the marketplace area and increase the living spaces that we have here also, so that we're really utilizing all the space that we have. So we'll increase that one and that one, and I don't... Oh, yep, we did leave enough for an expanded living space, so let's increase that one as well. And then I want to get ourselves set up for some additional plots of burgages. So let's come on in and add some more burgage plots, and I want to do a combination of plots with backyards and plots without backyards. That way we have some undistracted workforce, but also some houses that are producing, you know, probably some chicken eggs, I think. I'm thinking the chicken eggs wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's actually come on in here with a road first, and let's square that up a little bit. And how do we want to do this? I think what I'm going to do is actually just come in . Okay, put 4 there. So we have +7. I was kind of aiming for +8, so let's try to see if we can square off this side a little bit here too. All right, so I think I want these just like this. So let's get 6. So let's wait here and wait for 6 to come in. All right, luckily that didn't take too long there. All right, so these will be queued up also to get built. Alrighty, so let's also upgrade our wooden church to a small stone church. I want to do this for a couple of reasons. One, eventually we're going to need it if we want to start getting level 3 burgage plots. 2, I'm hoping it kind of helps boost our approval ratings as we do need more families coming in. So we've got the surplus, so let's add that into the queue as well. And, you know, yeah, just get that into the queue to start building. And then while I'm thinking about what we need to increase our burgage plots to level 3, let's also get a brewery in here. We're starting our barley. Eventually, I'm going to want to apply a family to the malt house to process the barley. And then we're going to need a place to take the malt and actually produce beer. So let's take this burgage plot right here as it's right across from the tavern. And let's get that queued up for the brewery. All right, and then while we're still in this part of town, let's also come into these burgage plots and let's add some chicken coops. Eventually, I'm going to want these 3 that we just plotted out for building to have chicken coops. But And I don't see I don't see really an issue with queuing some up yet. Originally, these were some veggie plots, but they weren't really producing enough veggies, so I did demolish the veggie gardens. Now that we actually have some sustainable fields and some additional veggie gardens down here, I think we can start turning these into some chicken coops. So let's add one for now, because we do not have enough wealth for a second one. But I'll probably add that second one once we have enough wealth. All right, so that was a lot of things queued up. Let's kick on back, relax, and watch all the little worker bees construct everything. All right, now that we have some space for families to move in again and we have 2 unassigned workers, I have just queued up some of the expansions to get expanded on. The additional living spaces are currently queued up, and then I just wanted to see, I kind of wanted to upgrade some of these to level 2 so we can get some regional wealth. But I can't remember if that means, I think we only lose the workforce if we assign a level 2 artisan. Let's find out. So let's upgrade that real quick too and see kind of what happens. All right, cool. So it did upgrade to a level 2. And it did not take away an unassigned family. So let's throw this one in the queue also, so that can start upgrading, and let's move on to our next task. All right, so with the onset of winter coming, I want to assign some of our surplus families to different production chains. I need to beef up some of our production chains to keep up with the growing population, as well as get some of the new ones up and running, like the malt house. So we're probably going to do this as a bit of a multitask here. We have 3 unassigned families, and I definitely have more than 3 that I want to assign. And we're still finishing off some building here. So what I'm thinking of doing is coming in, and I'm going to start by assigning, probably 1 to the hunter's camp, because we still need to be paying attention to our food. We'll leave the forager as is for now. And then I want to assign our second one to our forester. That way 1 family can continue to work, and we'll continue on from there. All right, it is now January, and we have another unassigned family, and I think it's best to add it to the logging camp, as the woodcutter is going to need timber. Charcoal is going to need firewood, and saw pit's also going to need timber. Might actually even be worth adding another family to our woodcutter's log. All right, and with February we have another family, and I think this one I'm actually going to apply to the weaver's workshop first, because we do have a little bit of flax here that I want to start using. Oop, wrong button. Every time. And the weaver will use wool to produce yarn and flax to produce linen. So I think adding it here will start adding some additional clothing options to our marketplace, and hopefully start getting us a little bit closer to those level 3 burgage plots. All right, so we are now in March. Another family has been provided to us, as well as an annual royal tax. So in 272 days, we are going to have to pay the king 108 gold. I've never actually seen the royal tax yet, so I'm kind of excited to see how this works. also a little terrified because I've got to make sure that we always have enough regional wealth to be able to actually pay that, I believe. I'm assuming it's going to come from my treasury. Yeah. So enact tax policies to increase treasury and it'll come from there. So yeah. Anyway, let's royal tax, not looking forward to that. I think I want to add the next family here to the communal oven so we can produce a little bit more bread, because we are coming up just slightly short here and there on our food. All right, so I think the next place I want to add our next worker is right here in the malt house. And it's getting me a little bit because we're hovering so close to getting that 2 family per month approval rating, and we fall short just right before the month turns over. So let's get somebody into the malt house. Maybe we'll get 2 families next month because I would like to get everything up and running fairly quickly. But again, malt house so that the barley can start getting processed. All right, so we had a band of raiders seen near New and Amaruth, and I unfortunately do not have a visual on them. But let's rally as much as we can. And I was growing this army in the background here. We won't be able to get the retinue. But I was growing the army in the background here between episodes. So hopefully we do okay. So let's rally them right down here. And let's see if we can fend these raiders off. Okay, there they are, right here. Okay, so those are the first sets. Unfortunately, I think if we try to hire any mercenaries, nothing will be in time. So we are just going to have to cross our fingers and hope that we have enough people here. I was really hoping we'd have some footmen in time, but we did not. Actually, might be better if we get our archers up here. Give ourselves the height advantage. All right, here we go. So let's bring these guys on over here, see if we can't get them off of our archers at all. Oof, this one is not looking good, guys. Nope, I think they've got us on this one. Oh, That's unfortunate. I was really, really hoping that we'd be okay. Especially since we were growing that army in the background, but it just was not enough for this set of raiders. Alright. Let's see what kind of damage they do to us. Alrighty, everyone. On that note, I think we should probably wrap up today's episode. Do you think we will be able to recover in time, or do you think that raider attack just sealed the fate of New and Amaruth? Tune in next week to find out, but before you go, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe to future content. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.